Hello, Malibu. How do I sound, okay? Can you hear me good? Alright. Well, hello, everyone. My name's Mike. This is my channel, MT Paranormal Life. I do paranormal investigations. And it's your first time watching the stream. I'd appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel and always like the videos. Well, it's Thursday. I just want to do a live stream and kind of do an update. How's it going, Malibu? How are you tonight? Aho, don't say everyone. Yeah, you can see here. I'm good. I'm doing good. I got some information up here. This is what I wanted to kind of update everybody with. Next month, I'm going to be doing a public tour of the View Manor in Newcastle. So I was pretty excited about that. But it's public, and one thing I found out is when you do those public tours, you're not allowed to post your content on social media. So I'm going to be going just to experience it, see how it goes. And I can always book a private tour there and get the rights to post my own content. Hey DJ, what's going on? How are you? The weather's beautiful here. I hope everybody else is getting some of that. It's about 60 degrees out right now, so I can't complain. But that was one of the updates right here, Hillview Manor. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a public tour there coming up next month. And like I was saying, I won't be able to post any of the content though on my YouTube channel. But I'm going to just see what it's like there and consider doing a private tour there. It'll cost probably about as much as the Buxton Inn, but this place really seems like a creepy place to go, and I was kind of excited just to go check it out for the tour. Pretty reasonable just to go on a tour there, price-wise. And I got some videos. Some videos of, this was the Travel Channel, Destination Fear. Alex was doing a little investigation there by himself at the Hillview Manor, and I was thinking about showing that. I also was going to go over some of the things for the Buxton Inn coming up. I'm going to be going there next, well, not next month, but April. It's going to be April 2nd on a Sunday. I get 2 rooms, room 7 and 9, and I get to investigate both, and I will, unless my, hello, Elsa? How are you? Hope you're doing well tonight. Curtis, how's it going? Good evening. Don't say, oh-ho. Yeah, I was going to go over some of the, hey, Ramona, don't say. Some of the history to the Buxton Inn. Quite a history there. But I was going over some of this. If you're just joining right here at Hillview Manor, I'm doing a public tour there next month. They're having a like a St. Patrick's Day special. You too, Curtis. Yeah, I've been busy, real busy with work, and I haven't been doing live streams at home. You probably have seen some of my live streams, though. I've been going live from my research site, from the Hopewell Mound, some of the areas with the cameraman, checking out some of the areas. He had me investigating some of them with him. We did some pretty cool stuff. If you haven't seen that, there's some live videos. One of them, he was live and I wasn't. You can see that. There's a link for the cameraman under the About section. DJ, how's the playlist coming along? Pretty good? Also, I got some more sage. Thank you, Ramona. Can't get enough sage, I tell you that. I got some more sage coming up. I got a lot of places I plan on going. I'm finishing up part 2 of Millie's house. I'm working on that. Between work and everything else, I've been you know, working on it a little bit at a time, trying to get that second part done. But I hope everybody's seen the first part, because that was one heck of a cool investigation there. Honestly, with some of the interaction, that's one of the most I've had yet with interaction with my devices and EVPs. It was something. I really believe, and Christina does too, that Millie's spirit, part of her spirit, some part of her is still at her house. And she was communicating with us. Playlist 105 will be in my hands this evening. Awesome. Some deep house. Yeah, I want to check that out. Definitely going to check that out. Also, if anybody else wants any sage or any prayer bags, you know, to reach out to Ramona. It's Ramona Marie Gomez, right, Ramona? That's how they can find you on Facebook or on Messenger. Well, this right here was something new. I wanted to go there, and here I seen they had public tours, so I went ahead and signed up. And that'll be coming up next month. I believe it'll be St. Patrick's Day. I think it's the 17th. They call it their St. Patrick's Day tour. I'm going to be going on that and see what it's like there. And then in the future, hopefully, I'll book a private tour there. Definitely seems like a lot of interest in this place. A lot of paranormal crews go there, big name ones. Like I said, I got a video here of yeah. She if you need those things, she takes donations for them. You know, I donated for the sage, because I need sage. I burned through it quite a bit. Yeah, this is a clip here of Alex from Destination Fear on the Travel Channel when he was there. This was one of the areas in the Hillview Manor I want to check out where he's going here. There's an area where there's a child spirit that said to roam there, and he goes there to investigate it by himself, and he gets all out of whack and sick and all kinds of stuff. And then looking into the Buxton Inn, I learned, you know, like Abraham Lincoln was there. There's been a lot of celebrities here. This room 9 seems to be one of the most active rooms. I think this is why they consider. There was a list I looked at, America's Most Haunted Hotels. This was number 4 on their top 50, and the activity in room 9 seems like it's pretty intense. The one owner, they call her Bonnie. They call her the Lady in Blue also. That was her room. She passed away there. And that's the one room where there's a lot of activity. That's one of the 2 rooms I got that night. So I want to be excited to check that out. But here, I was going to show this and see what you guys think of this. Hopefully it's not going to be too loud. If it's loud, just say it's too loud. I could turn it down. I was having some difficulty before. I had the volume way too loud on some of these. But here, I'll play it.
Lost. Okay, here we go. Alright, I'm going up to the 2nd floor.
Hey, roller woman.
Okay. Well, I really should have looked at a map before I got up here.
Okay, real quick. Is that loud enough? Or, you know, I just want to ask you guys now, how does it sound on the playback? Is it too low, or is it just right? Because I don't want to blast you out, because before I made the mistake of not getting my volume set. Okay, thanks, Elsa. Appreciate it. I'll go ahead and play this. Roller Woman, I don't know if you heard some of that, but I booked a public tour to go check out the Hillview Manor in Newcastle, PA. And this was one guy, Alex, here from Destination Fear. And this was one of the places he went to check out, this one room on the 2nd floor.
Jeffrey's room.
This place is
creepy.
creepy.
A fire truck. So I'm going to check down this hallway now. This is the hallway. Here is the fire truck. So Jeffrey is the spirit of a small boy who's said to haunt the 2nd floor. I'm going to grab out the REM pod. What this does is it picks up electromagnetic frequencies. Goes off. So I have the REM pod right next to the fire truck. Jeffrey, I know you like little toys that light up and make noise. Right next to your fire truck is a little toy that you can play with.
His REM pod's going off.
The REM pod's going off. I think it's not flashing because it's picking up temperature change. Please let go of it if that's you, Jeffrey. It stopped. It's so. Oh my god! I'm not kidding! I just saw a shadow! What? What is going on?
Now that, I think it was on Ghost Adventures when they were there. The same hallway, they seen a shadow, if I remember right, too. So this floor here, the second floor, seems pretty interesting already. I was excited to, you know, that's probably going to be one of the places I spend some time when I go there. Yeah, it's going to be fun. Like I said, though, if you missed the beginning part, I was talking about the Hillview Manor, sorry. When you do these public tours, you're not allowed to use the content for social media. So I won't be able to post any of that video or anything I do there. I'll probably just go there with my equipment and see how it goes. I'll have to book a private tour to get access to use my content. So that's even more reason why most likely I'll probably get a private tour there.
Hello? What is happening? Okay. Oh my god. Like, all
He's
my
freaking
energy
out
right now has just been completely drained. Like, I feel nauseous. Like, super, super nauseous right now. What the hell? Oh my gosh. Wow. Oh my god.
Okay. Alright, let's skip over that.
Lucky Alex.
Hey, Al.
What? No way.
Did he leave his walkie?
He didn't bring a walkie.
Wasn't one of yours?
Okay. Yeah, I forgot they showed where he yacked on there too. But so already it seems pretty exciting just to check out that area. He seemed like he was freaking out. Plus the activity was pretty quick from when he got there, where the little boy is. So when I go there, I'm gonna get a good vibe of as much of that place as I can in the 3 hours I'm gonna go. Thanks, DJ. You know, that's gonna be just a little telltale on whether or not I want to spend the money to go there for a full investigation. And I don't know if they're gonna let me go alone again. Most places won't let me do that. I might have to bring somebody at least just to, you know, check the box, have somebody there. But I heard they probably have, well, what they told me with this public tours, they usually have security. Hey, Angie, how are you? Oh, it's okay. We're just watching some things here. I was talking about the Hillview Manor, but they said they have security there. So I'm pretty sure with like at least the security around the outside for when they do their tours, I'm assuming it's public or private, that they probably won't have an issue with me going there alone like I usually do. Yes, that's right, DJ. Everybody, if you wouldn't mind, I'd appreciate hitting the like button. It helps with the YouTube algorithm and getting recommendations. So if you would do that, I would appreciate it. But I was watching this clip here of Alex from Destination Fear when they went to the Hillview Manor, and he got all I guess you say discombobulated, turned around and saw a shadow and freaked out, and then ended up throwing up. He got sick. So I guess that's, you know, we'll see how that place is when I go there. And here's some of the history too. This, I watched it. It's kind of boring, but it's kind of informative. I'll play some of it for you too, so you can see some of the history about the Hillview Manor. I won't play a whole lot of it because, like I said, it's pretty dull, but it gives you a lot of information about it. That might be too soft. Let me turn that up a little bit.
In June of 1925, the city of Newcastle, Pennsylvania started to accept bids to build a new Lawrence County home for the aged. for the county's mentally ill, severely destitute, and elderly residents with no known family. This joint city-county home, to be built in Shenango Township on Newcastle-Elwood Road, Route 65, would replace the aging Newcastle City Home and consolidate various smaller institutions around the county. The new county home included vocational rooms, a smoking room, several lounges, a bomb shelter, a laundry, a 4-car garage, a large garden, a small working farm, and a cemetery.
That's something too that this brought to my attention when I seen the map, is they have a cemetery on the grounds, and I wonder if I'll have access to go check that out. That kind of interests me when I heard that.
An excerpt from an article about the new home in Newcastle News on October 23, 1925, explains that aged people, without a friend in the world, will be able to spend their declining years in comfort. Most of the inmates were wards of the county and sentenced to confinement at the home.
So right there, what do you think about that? I kind of see red flags with that. It was an old folks home, and then they also put mentally ill inmates there. They housed them there in lockdown too. So how about that for a mix of, I don't know, that seems odd, you know. I don't know, maybe this is, I mean, it looks pretty big, but I mean, you're in pretty close proximity there, and you'd have like mentally ill inmates living there, and you'd have elderlies living there also, you know. So who knows, you know, what kind of things have gone on over the years there.
The facility opened on Tuesday, October 19, 1926. On that day, Superintendent Perry Snyder, his wife Mary, their 2 children, a dozen staff members, and the first 20 inmates left the old city home and took up residence in the new Lawrence County home.
I don't know what that is, but that
The new
looks
home did not generally take
creepy as
children,
heck.
although a young boy was among the first 20 residents. Some of the work was still awaiting completion, and the long driveway was still being paved. The old city home was abandoned soon after and later sold.
I believe that young boy they're talking about is the one that was on the second floor that guy from Destination Fear was trying to communicate with. At least I believe that's what the rumor or legend of him, where it started.
The new county home worked in conjunction with several other facilities, including the Margaret Henry Home and the Elmira Home. Orphans and other disadvantaged children were handled at the Henry Home, and the Elmira Home was a haven for elderly women. Under the Snyder's reign, the number of inmates steadily fluctuated over the...
And there you go. That was another part I missed. It also had an orphanage too. So I mean, look at all the things going on there: orphanage, elderly home, and you got inmates, mentally unstable inmates. All this in this one big place. I mean, no wonder there's so much activity there. Who knows how much residual trauma is there from things that have happened.
Years from 72 in December 1928 to 176 in December 1934 to 136 in December 1939.
This music wants me to go to sleep.
In June 1944, welfare officials and the Snyders came under fire during a heated public hearing held at the county courthouse, investigating claims of incompetency at the home. The Snyders were both in their late 70s and not suited to operate such a challenging facility. In the wake of the hearing, the Snyders were essentially retired with pensions, but allowed to stay.
Okay, so it changed hands a few times, and then it got closed down in the year 2000. But that's what was going on there. You had all that mixture of all those different parts. You know, you've got... It's almost like hard to imagine. You know, you'd have like each section of these things being handled by different kinds of people. You know, it seems like that would be difficult to maintain. It looks like they had some kind of legal trouble, maybe, over maybe how they were treating people there too. So, you know, there's a lot of interest here. I remember seeing this with like Ghostadventures when they first went here, and just seeing this place. You know, it's pretty condemned and run down, but it has a real creepy vibe to it just without knowing the history. So it's going to be pretty interesting, I think. And this is where I'm going to be going on April 2nd, right here, historic Buxton Inn. This has got a lot of history to it. This was, they actually was used for the Underground Railroad. It started as a, hey Skunk Ape, what's going on? Well, I guess it's just about what affects each of you. For me, I guess it would take something to really affect me to like cause me to get emotional over being someplace dark and maybe hearing things, or maybe the energy doesn't affect me like some. So it's not that difficult, and I'm really interested, so I kind of like hope something happens around me or by me, just so can capture the evidence. Try to just stay calm and capture the evidence and not freak out and run around like some people do. But yeah, Abraham Lincoln was here. The one owner, Major Buxton, his spirit's supposed to be there. People have seen his ghost. And then Bonnie, former innkeeper, she's the one that died in room 9. And she's the one that people report seeing her a lot and interacting. I think it's the Major Buxton. His cat also is said to... his cat spirit is supposed to be there also. And they say the cat will get in the bed with you in room 9. And then one of the people, I was reading some testimony from someone who was there, who worked there and stayed in room 9. They said when they took a nap in room 9, they got pushed out of the bed by, they believe it was Bonnie, pushed them out of the bed. So there's a lot of activity in room 9. Room 7, I keep looking about specifics, but I can't find them. But it is also there's also a lot of information that just says that there's a lot of paranormal activity in room 7. I read something, they said something dark or malicious maybe about it, but room 9 has more documented history about someone dying. Bonnie died in that room. There's a lot of cool history to this place. It's very old. Let's see the exact history here. It was called a tavern. It was built in 1812. It's the oldest continuously running inn in Granville, Ohio. It was their first post office and a stagecoach stop. They were patronized by President William Harrison himself. It's gone through some changes, like Major Buxton is the one who actually changed the name to the Buxton Inn. Then Ethel Bunnell, that's Bonnie. She's the one, her spirit's supposed to be there. She's the lady in blue. Yeah, Timmy and Jimmy. Yeah, they're around here somewhere. I think, there's Timmy. He's back there on the couch. You probably can see him. He's back there sleeping. Also, at the very top of the chat, I'm going to type it in the chat again. I want everybody who wants to get in on the t-shirt drawing, in case anybody didn't know about it. When I hit my 500 subscriber mark, I was going to do a raffle or drawing for the MT Paranormal Life shirt. That's the one I've got on here. You can see it better. I just got one made as a trial, and I was going to order another one and give it away as part of that drawing, just as like a thank you for everybody who subscribed. And I put my email at the top of the chat, but just in case, I'm going to put it in here again. Just send me an email that you want in on the drawing, and I'll make sure you're in. There you go. That's the email there. So if anybody wants in or hasn't got in, double XL, please. Yeah, this is an XL, and I figured, most cotton shirts, they're going to shrink up, so I always go a little bigger than normal. But that's the email account right there. MikeTorn1276@gmail.com. Just send me an email that you want in on the drawing, and I'll make sure that you're in. And I was going to do that till the end of the month, and then beginning of next month, I was going to pull someone's name, and we'll see who it is right now. I think there's not a whole lot. I think I have maybe 10 names in there right now. So I just wanted to, make sure I put that out on this stream tonight to make sure that everybody knows about it so you can get in on the drawing. So there's that, and I guess good luck, but thank you mostly. I'm about 560 subscribers right now, and I really appreciate everybody who supports me, everybody who likes my content, and everybody's pretty much, I consider you all my friends. Okay, DJ. Yeah, I was talking to the cameraman, and he goes through what he told me, I guess through YouTube. They have like their own store where it's pretty easy from what I hear, but you have to be monetized for that. So I don't have access to that now. So I kind of haven't really decided on, putting out merchandise yet until I can find some place, that isn't going to cost a lot, because I'm not going to charge anything extra for them. Whatever the cost is what I'm just going to, whoever orders it, just pay cost, because, I'm not trying to make any of the money off the t-shirts. It's just nice to have people wear them to show the support, and others will see it. So to me, it's worth it. Just if you want one to buy it, I'm not trying to, tax any on it just for myself. But whenever I do decide or come up with some place to get merch, I'll let everybody know. So that was the main updates, really. I know you might have, maybe some of you have seen my investigation for Millie. If you haven't seen that video, that one came out pretty good, and the activity there was really great. A lot of great activity there. EVPs and interacting with the devices is probably one of the most I've had. And I even had an EVP of Millie saying Christina's name, which was pretty amazing to me. And I was trying to get that video out there so people will see that, because to me it seemed pretty rare to actually get good evidence that some part of Millie's spirit is still at her house, and she's actually communicating with Christine and with me when I was there. And I'll have that second part done pretty soon. I've been working on that, working and trying to get as much editing as I can done when I'm home from work. And put your number. Okay. Let's see, like your phone number. I accidentally dropped all my tabs here. So give me one moment to my tabs back up here. Okay, yeah. I'll put your Facebook profile, right, Ramona? Your Facebook address? Yeah, I'll get your Facebook address posted up on there. And then if you want to just go to her Facebook page, you can click the link on it. Yeah, like I was showing everyone, I got some more sage, Ramona. I got some more sage from Ramona. I know to get those things not cheap. It's not free. So I donated, and she sent me some sage. Here it is. I still have some left, so I haven't got into it yet, but she sent it right out to me. Also, Declan joined me the other day. There was a new area that's come to my attention over by me. Another area that was rumored to be the West Branch Witches' final resting site. And when I heard about it, I wanted to check it out. So Declan went with me, and we did some filming there and audio. And that's something else that I'm going to get together, and that'll be up. And then there is also another place I went to. It's a bog over by me here. And I've heard rumors about things that have happened at this bog and paranormal activity. So I did go there, and I filmed there. And I got a little bit of activity there, but it's documented. I haven't really listened to the audio, so there might be some EVPs. I know Skunk Ape, you're probably going to be ready for some of those EVPs. And wait till you see the second part of the investigation at Millie's, because I got some good EVPs the first day I was there, but this second day I was there, I probably had... Some of them I couldn't make out completely, but you can hear voices. Probably 10 to 15 EVPs at Millie's the second day I was there. Yeah, Skunk Ape. Yeah, she sent me some audio clips from when she's been at home recording, seeing if her mom will communicate with her. She believes, which it seems like her part of her mother's spirit is with her. It seems like even when she's not at her old house. That's what Christine's told me. And after, especially on the second day we were there, some of the EVPs I got, there was more than one that said, "I'll go with you." And knowing that and hearing that EVP, and Christine telling me that she's had some activity at her home, in her car, I believe it. And it seemed like what part of Millie's still there, what part of her spirit is still around. It was interacting with the REM pod. It kept the cat toy. I'm surprised that one cat toy still works. If you haven't seen that video, you should see it. It seemed like Millie's corner in her house is where the activity was, and Christine knew that, and that's where she thought would be a good place to check for activity. And if you see the video, man, it was instantaneous. As soon as Christine started talking, the cat toy started going, the REM pod started getting interaction with the device messages, not just EVPs, but the messages on the Spirit Talker seemed to be directly, seemed to be like one after the next. The communication seemed to be Millie talking to us. And that was really cool. And if you haven't seen it, the ending, like where I ended the video, which was like when her dad showed up at the house, you could tell. It was pretty awesome. I thought it was. Millie told me, I guess at some point the relationship wasn't that great between her mom and dad, and her mom had some resentment for him. And as soon as he pulled in on the Spirit Talker, it said, "What are you doing here?" And I heard it from a distance, so did Christine, and we looked at the Spirit Talker to verify, and that's what it said. "Why are you here?" And we knew she meant him. And then a message said "hate" too, right after that. And she said, "Yeah, that's my mom." So that was a really, I guess you could say, so far for me, that was one of a kind investigation. It was really cool. And if you haven't got to see that, you got to see that one. That one was, the activity and everything was awesome. I think many of us would love to have some that same amazing connection Christine has with her mom. Yeah, that's a good question, Skunk Ape, because for me, the places I've gone, you hear EVPs and voices. Sometimes you don't know who they were, where they came from, where I go. But this one was a known, like the place we went to was her mom's house, and it seemed like the interaction was her mom, part of her mom, part of her spirit. Thanks, Ramona. So that's my first experience really seeing something like that. Well, I appreciate that, Ramona. from when I first started and you started giving me advice and helping me, I knew, you were going to guide me straight and protect me and give me the right tools, I guess you could say, to keep going. And that's helped. That's helped way more than I ever. I never really. There was a different side that I started realizing or experiencing doing this that I didn't realize, and it clicked pretty fast, and you helped me out, the whole time, and helped me see the way I want to do things and the right way to do it. So, hi. I know you're always there. Yeah. Yeah, and I've been doing some rounds lately, and it's been draining me. I have to admit, it's been draining me between work and then, I've been making some rounds to those few new places, and I've been getting kind of beat. It's been draining on me. Hey Tracy, what's up? Not much, just doing a live stream. I was trying to put out the word again to everybody who wants in on that T-shirt drawing to put their name in to the email address I got here in the chat. So that way everybody's in by the end of the month, and then I'll do the drawing at the beginning for one of the MT Paranormal shirts, which it's Uber Prints is where I got this one at. That's where I'll get the next one at for whoever wins. And oh yeah, I got this new microphone here. See there? One thing I realized from the other live streams I was doing was the audio was always really soft. So I got a good microphone for this, and I'm not using this webcam microphone anymore. It was just too low. So, trying to upgrade. I got the tablet and the SLS because, that's seemed to me one of the better tools to use for doing this, because you see a lot of activity getting, a lot of devices getting interacted with, and I wanted to add an extra element to see if you can actually see someone interacting with it. Oh, that's good, DJ. Thanks. It's the first time I've done the live stream from home with this microphone, so, again, most of the time when I'm doing these live streams, I'm testing new stuff. So I'm trying to fine-tune everything to make it so that it's not difficult, to hear me when I'm doing this, or when you're seeing me doing live ghost hunts, making sure that you get a good picture. Like I got, I got new phone, really good camera. I did the filming with Declan and the filming at the bog I did with this camera, and it's amazing. It's a really good camera. You should see the quality, and when I put that together, you'll see it came out really good. And that's the one I used for the last couple live streams also. So I'm trying to, make things easier and better, because it's a handful doing those live streams, the live ghost hunts. It's really, you got so much going on with all the equipment, and then you have to make sure your view for everybody's good, and try to keep up, reading the chat, make sure you don't miss anything. So I'm trying to give myself hands free. That's why I got this harness, which I'll show you here. This harness here. See this harness? You wear it like this, and then this is what I've been live streaming with for the last few hunts, and when I've been doing my videos now. This allows me to keep the camera pointed where I'm looking, and it moves with me. And then I got my hands free. Hey Melinda, I was just showing off some of my gadgets. But this is some of the evolving I was talking about. This right here, this little guy. This wasn't very much either, and it's great. That's what I've been using for some of the filming I did lately, and for some of the live streams. And you guys know Jack and Trapper and Tin Man, you know, those guys are all great. I always enjoy when I get a chance to do live stream with them. So I'm usually wearing that when I'm going live with them. Oh yeah, that's right. Those I did get zapped, Tracy. That last time I was live and my phone got drained. That was using my other phone for my spirit talker, and the walkie-talkie got drained. And then my phone lost. You know, I lost my service the whole time. I didn't really go anywhere different. I was kind of around the same area. Then all of a sudden, I just lost my service and lost the live stream, and I couldn't go back live again, which was weird. Because usually you can reconnect, and I couldn't even reconnect. I had to end the stream. Then Jack and Trapper both came back over to me, and he shut down his stream. But yeah, that's one thing about where we go. You know, some of that area. Getting zapped out there, it's pretty common. So what's going on, Melinda? How's the weather where you're at? Because I know here it's great. It's 60 degrees outside still. Before I did this live stream, I was out walking around in my shorts, enjoying the night. Yeah, but if you just got here, let me see if I could bring it back up again. I lost one of my windows here. Yeah. But I was I'm doing a public tour at the Hillview Manor over in Newcastle, PA. And that's a real famous place for paranormal investigating. I think every mainstream crew's been there. Unknown Outdoors. That's Trapper. That's you, isn't it, Trapper? What's going on? I'm good. Yeah, and I'm getting ready for the Buxton. That's coming up April 2nd. Yeah, Trapper's in the house. You remember when my batteries all got drained and I lost my signal that just recently when we were live? Yeah, Trapper knows all about getting zapped out there. Something about that area, right? That's why it's part of it's my research site. All I hear is voices, EVPs constantly, weird voices coming out of nowhere. Some angry guy and a woman. I get their conversations sometimes on EVPs. It's strange. Yeah. Yeah, like I say, man, and right now, you know, there's no leaves on the trees, and it's still like one of the darkest places. When there's leaves, just, you know, you might as well forget about seeing anything unless you have a light. That is like the darkest place I've ever been to, is over there at the branch. It's extremely dark, and, you know, especially after what I've seen there, there's things there. There's not just spirits there, there's things there. But I booked a public tour over at the Hillview Manor, Trapper. I'm going to be going to Hillview Manor next month. They're doing a special like St. Patrick's Day investigation, public one. So I won't be able to like use that content when I go there, so I'm probably not going to be filming. I'm just going to bring my devices and see what areas have activity, and then most likely I'll book a private tour there and, you know, make sure you got to pay for the tour and pay for the rights to use your content, but it'll be worth it, I think, there. And when I do go to the Buxton Inn, I'm definitely going to go live from there, unless for some reason there's no service, but I'll be going live when I'm there, so that's going to be cool. And look for me, well, it's still a little ways off, probably a few weeks off before I go to the Hillview Manor, but I'd like to go live, maybe get a good view of it from a distance before I get to, you know, maybe half hour, 45 minutes before I have to be there, do a little live stream, and maybe I can let everybody find a good view where everybody can see Hillview Manor from a distance, do a live stream before I actually go there for the tour. That would be cool, because I'm sure seeing that place, you're probably going to be freaked out because it is a creepy looking place. Yeah. Yep. And Trapper, I don't know if you're in, but I was telling everybody who isn't in to get in on that drawing for the t-shirt that I'm going to do. 500 subscriber, thank you. I got my email up in the chat, miketorn1276@gmail.com. Just send me an email saying you want in on the drawing, because I'm going to do a drawing at the beginning of next month for a t-shirt. Just like a thank you for getting to 500 subscribers. It's just like, it's the same one I've got on here. The MT Paranormal Life shirt came from Uber Prints. So make sure you send me an email if you want in. Which place, Tracy? Hillview Manor? Is that one you're talking about? You and Mrs. Trapper get in on the drawing. It's a public tour. I mean, heck, I don't know. Trapper, if you're into that, you know, it's in Newcastle, PA. It's probably like hour and 15 minutes, hour and a half from here. Wouldn't mind, you know, doing a public tour, having somebody come along. I'll probably meet some new people there. Those tours usually get pretty popular there. But I'm also very excited about Room 9, reading more about the activity in Room 9 and the history there at the Buxton Inn. I'm really interested to see if I get pushed out of bed like some people have, and see if the old man Buxton, his cat gets into bed with you. They say the cat's spirit will get into bed with you. Some pretty cool things. I'd like to see if anything weird happens when I'm there. But man, the rooms are beautiful there. I was looking at their rooms too. Man, they are, you know, it's definitely like they turned it into real luxurious compared to, I guess, when it used to be the tavern. And it was involved in the Underground Railroad, and they said there's all kinds of hidden stairwells and places around there. And during Prohibition, they used to still serve at the tavern there, and they used to hide their, their alcohol there. So they say that there's a lot of places that are hidden, hidden rooms and hidden tunnels and things all through there. I'm not sure how much access I'll have though, because they told me that because of that fire, still there's areas that are off limits. So I'm gonna see what I get. See what they give me access to when I'm there. Most likely I'll probably end up sleeping in room 9, but we'll see. But that site I was talking about before, over in the branch, it was the other area that they believed was where the West Branch witch was, her resting place was. When I discovered that place, I went there with Declan, and he noticed an odd shadow person, and he was looking at it, and he didn't think it was at first, and then as he got closer, he did capture it too. It's on my camera, so when I put that together, you'll have to see it, because I looked at it and it's pretty weird. There's something there, and then he got a little freaked out and didn't want to get any closer to it, and then when he turned back around, it wasn't there anymore. It was gone. But Trapper knows all about the shadow people and that kind of thing over in the branch, because there's a lot of them. So that was something pretty cool too. I got to finish up Millie 2, and then I'm going to be putting together those videos. Yeah, Tracy, there's oh, that's right. I almost forgot, Tracy, now that you mentioned that. Before I go to the Buxton Inn, because I'm going to be staying there Sunday, so I'll be checking in Sunday afternoon. Saturday, though, I'm going to actually be going that way, and I'm going to go to the Moonville Tunnel. Yeah, it does, Melinda. You have no idea. I'm going to be going to the Moonville Tunnel, which is another one of Ohio's most haunted places. I'm going to go there because that's within about an hour of the Buxton Inn. I'm going to go to the Moonville Tunnel Saturday and spend as much time as I can there and film. And then I'm going to check in at the Buxton on Sunday and then stay overnight and then head back home Monday morning. So that's going to be my plan, and that's April. That'll be April 1st, 2nd. So that's going to be my plan for getting some couple good haunted places, some of Ohio's most haunted places together in 2 days. And I'll have to see how soon I can do a full investigation over at the Hillview Manor, because I want to go there, and I know as soon as I go there, probably for this public tour, I'll be ready to book a private one so I can show everybody what I document. So how have you been, Ramona, after your surgery? Have you been feeling pretty good now? Still sore? Okay. Yeah, so there's some good stuff coming up, and I'm giving my research site like a little. Hi, Ramona. I'm giving my research site a little time off, probably till the season changes again, maybe in the springtime, because there's something really negative there. Every time I go there, it seems like there's a lot of negative. There's something negative still there. And I think it all started right when, winter hit. As soon as the season changed, that was right when Declan was with me when I shot the West Branch Witch Part 1 and 2 with him. And it was negative. We had some, just negative replies and some odd activity. And then when I went back there on the follow-up myself, it was really negative. The EVPs were negative. The messaging was negative. And then it's been like that since I've been going back there. So I kind of gave it a break. If you've seen that live stream when I was there, I got 3 messages to leave. And, I kind of saw, well, when it happened, I knew. I'm like, something's still just real negative there. It wasn't like that in the, fall, when I first started going there, right around the late summer and fall. But, something's, I don't know. I'm not quite sure, not sure what it is or what's changed there, but something did. And I think I've reached that point where I realize it enough now that I'm going to just wait a little while, wait till the season changes again and see what happens when I go back. And you see how the weather fluctuates there. Yeah. The weather really, it'll be snowing. Then it'll be like wind storms, like 30, 40 miles an hour. Like when Trapper and Jack, when we were there on that live stream. You remember that? Yeah. Trapper, you remember that? That was crazy. That storm hit and trees were blowing over, and the weather this time of year is pretty unpredictable too. It's still there, Trapper. That's the they call it the Ohio State Penitentiary, I think is what they call it now. Mansfield Prison. Some different names, but I know which one you're talking about. I believe they still do public tours there. That's going to be something I'm going to look into also, for sure. But I think since I've been doing this Hillview Manor has been one of the places that's been on my list for a while. So I was kind of I don't know. I've been thinking about it, and then finally today I was kind of like, okay, why do I keep thinking about it? So I went on their site and seen this tour coming up next month, and I booked it today. So I'll check into Mansfield Reformatory and see. I might end up going there for, one of those public tours as well. But those public tours, they won't, that's probably a thing with all places like that. They won't let you use that content for social media. they say you can record, but you're not allowed to edit it, and you're not allowed to post it on social media. So, I mean, I could still film there, but it'll just be for more of like my own documentation of what goes on. But, you know, I'd rather have more hands free if I'm just going there for the experience and not really film. Just bring my devices and see what happens. And then, if it's worth it, you know, book a private, and then, you know, the Hillview Manor is like 4 hours, 4 hours of private time. Oh yeah, you know, I tried that too, Roller Woman, when I was over at that area at the branch with the other area they say could have been the West Branch Witch's resting site. I was there and I had my SLS going, and I remembered Cutie Pie, and I was like, you know what? I'm like, let me just see, and Declan was with me, and I just was like, Cutie Pie, you there? I didn't get anything up on the SLS, but Declan looked at me and he's like, Cutie Pie? He's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, oh, you didn't know about that. And I told him about what happened. But I threw it out there. I was just like, well, you never know. But Cutie Pie didn't show up while I was out there. So, you know, if I go back to that same place I was at before, maybe Cutie Pie will be there. What's that, Tracy? Yeah, that is where this guy went with his dog to do an overnight challenge, and his dog kept acting like he made a friend, and the guy turned his lights on and an old man was inside the dark. Wow. Was where was that at, Tracy? Which place were you talking about? The overnight challenge and the guy and the dog? Was that at like the Mansfield Reformatory, or yeah, I'm definitely going to go back to that spot though again, Roller Woman. Oh, Moonville Tunnel. Okay. Yeah, that's another one. When I first read about the Moonville Tunnel and some of the things, I wanted to go there. So, you know, it's relatively close to the Buxton Inn. So right away I knew, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to check both of those off the list and go see what happens there. Yeah, I'm going to go back to that same place where Cutie Pie was. And just see, you know, I'm going to go back to that same area and see if Cutie Pie shows up again. I showed Declan some of that film from that live too, so he could see what I was talking about. Yeah, that would be, that would be really awesome if Cutie Pie shows up again. That would be so neat. Just some interesting things to document and, you know, show that even in places like out in, you know, like the branch out in the woods, there's, it seems like some kind of spirits of maybe people, maybe even animals, you know, especially out there, animal spirits. Like there's, I had a couple EVPs out there in the branch that sounded like growls, which could be animals, you know. I'm not going to go off the deep end and say they were something, you know, evil or something, but you never know, they could be animals. But the bog was kind of cool. I got some film at the bog. It's like a protected site nearby. And I went off the path, went out through the bog and found some interesting looking areas with some big mounds, and spent some time there. And I got some interaction with my REM pod in one area, and something asked me to stay and talk on my device, which I thought was cool. Yeah, I think so, Roller Woman, because like when I asked Cutie Pie if you like that name, and it seemed like the reply was like continuous popping up on the SLS like rapidly, which made me think it liked Cutie Pie, maybe being recognized, and it probably was some playful, maybe little girl or girl. So I agree with you on that. Because if it was like, you know, spirit of a guy, probably wouldn't have got such a, you know, like active reaction to that when I asked if they like Cutie Pie as their name. What was that, Trapper? You came across what? I was, yeah, you mean Declan? Declan was just a friend of mine, Tracy. Is that what you're talking about when Declan and I seen whatever the heck that was over at my research area? Yeah, that was Declan with me. I'm still seeing if one of my sons wants to come along with me for one investigation some night. Okay, the structure. Yeah. Oh, I'll still never forget that. You know, if anybody doubts, you know, that there are some kind of creatures, if you want to call them that, in West Branch, you know, after seeing what I saw, and there was proof in that clip from when Trapper and Jack were out there, and I went over that in my one live video, and I showed the breakdown of it. You could see something walk by that mound, which I realized, I believe, Trapper, wasn't that where I was at the other night? You guys dropped me off at that mound. Wasn't that same mound where what I saw walked behind it? I thought about that after. I recognized that mound. I'm like, why does it look familiar? And then I remembered. I think that's where that mound was when you and Jack were there, when that something walked behind it. But, you know, West Branch is an interesting place, especially when you see something that's not a human, that's physical in form, and you see it run, and you catch part of it as it runs behind a tree like 40 feet away from you. Kind of like stuns you for a minute. You realize there's some things there that aren't what we would consider normal or regular. Yeah, there's still a lot of area in the branch I haven't seen yet. I would like to go see. The caves. I saw it when you and Jack went to the caves. I want to go see that place, that area. I haven't seen that before. Yeah, even though I seen that and it took me back when I seen it, and I realized, you know, I might be out here trying to communicate with spirits of maybe people who used to be there, or who knows, but you know, I realized that there's more than just spirits out there. It was also interesting that that same time when Declan and I seen that, it's been real negative there since we've been there and since I've come back there. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, because I would bet it's not something new that's been there. It's probably been there as many times as I've been there, way who knows how long before, you know, any of us. Especially since, you know, Tin Man told me about when he talked to that professor from the Portage County Historical Society about how they proved that it never froze over during the Ice Age. There's a whole lot of things that still are amazing with that fact. Who knows what could have survived that's still there. Thanks, Melinda. Yeah, Trapper, sometime when you do some filming, or even when I do some filming, I'll reach out to you. It'd be cool just to get together and check out some places. Yeah, Tracy, they dropped me off. They wanted me to check out that mound. Yeah, it's like a win-win, you know? It's a win-win for me, for them. Who knows what activity will happen, right? Because those areas, you know, they're used to Trapper and Jack, and then areas I haven't been to really, so now I'm new. So whatever's there is like, hey, there's a new guy here, and he's all by himself over here by one of our mounds. So that's kind of like, you know, that was interesting to me. That was tempting to me, because I'm like, oh, maybe I'll experience some pretty cool things that are trying to check me out. The little sound thing doesn't work on this anymore. I think I think I got a little crazy washing it, and I got water because there's a little battery compartment in the bottom, so on my cup, Ramona. Yeah, well, you know, the thing is that park is big, but again, what you're dealing with, I'm probably not too far off of. They're probably familiar with me, even though I haven't been to a lot of the areas around there. Yeah, yep. Around that same area is where I was at when Cutie Pie came along. Roller Woman. So that's where I got to go back to sometime again. Maybe we can go there, Trapper. Yeah, that's right. That's by where Jack and I got lost. We finally came out of the woods and we were like a half mile away from our cars. Yeah, we were lost trying to get back out of there. Yeah, that was one of the coolest things too about Cutie Pie. Yeah, well, yeah, that's something I hopefully doesn't happen there, Tracy. It'd be like something out of like Predator. Yeah, that was. I mean, I was pretty excited to see that. I kept getting a response on the SLS when I was asking Cutie Pie to, to come back. Can I see you again? Are you still there? And then pop came right up on the SLS. And then the time I mean, it's hard to deny it because I purposely like would stay looking at the same area and not say anything, and nothing would come up. And then I would ask, and then boop, Cutie Pie, there she was. And I'd move away, walk 10 or 15 feet or so a different direction, stop, and then pause, watch the SLS, and then ask Cutie Pie to come up, and pop, there Cutie Pie was. That was really cool. For sure, after that experience, I know that, Cutie Pie's there. Yeah, sounds like your navigation skills, Angie. Yeah, we were going through thickets, thorns. Thought we hit an opening. We're like, oh, here's an opening. And then the opening was gone as soon as we got in it. Then we were surrounded again by, that's when my phone was useless then too. And he still had some GPS signal. So he pulled up the map and we seen we were headed towards the road. So we just kept going through. Just like made a straight line through parts of it that nobody had ever gone through before. But we made it to the road, but we were pretty far off. Yeah, it was really cool. That was awesome. The whole Cutie Pie, thing. Cutie Pie like stole the show. At that point, it was like I wasn't even thinking about maybe getting the REM pod out or some of the other devices I had all with me. I was just kept watching Cutie Pie come up on the SLS. Yeah, oh, yeah, I tell you what, over in the branch too, Angie, by the the notch, fly by the seat of your pants kind of thing, you'll end up who knows where. It's so easy to get lost in there. If you're off the trails or can't find your way back to the trail, you like never know where the heck you're at. Back before my channel, when I was working on the other channel, Jerry and I, we tried to find some place and we ended up going like 2 hours just wandering through, couldn't find what we were looking for, but we walked through parts of that park, had no idea where we were at. All right, Tracy. Good night. I'll talk to you later. Well, that was my update, I guess. Hillview Manor coming up 17th, doing a public tour. Buxton Inn schedule for the 2nd of April. And, I'm not going to really have any video from Hillview Manor because they won't let me put it on YouTube, but I'll let everybody know. I'll find out about audio. Maybe if I record things there, like if I capture EVPs, maybe I can post some EVPs, unless that's not going to be allowed. I'll have to ask them. But, I'll let everybody know how that goes. And then when I go to the Buxton, I'll be able to show everything, and I'll go live from the Buxton, and hopefully get some good activity when I'm live. That would be cool. Maybe see the lady in blue. Maybe see me get pushed out of the bed, or petting an invisible cat. Who knows? All right. Well, I was going to end the stream, and if everybody liked it, hopefully you'll give it the thumbs up for me. I'd appreciate it. Don't forget to send me that email. Put it in here one more time. There's my email. You want in on the drawing for the t-shirt, send me an email just saying that you want in the drawing. And at the beginning of next month, I'll pull a name, and whoever wins, just let me know what the address to send it and the size. Thanks, Melinda. Yeah, I'm going to have Millie Part 2 coming up. Hopefully I can finish it through the weekend. I'll see. I'll see what I get done. I'm going to jump back on it after the stream and get working on it. But if you haven't seen the first part, watch the first part. Had some really good activity. It was definitely one-of-a-kind investigation over at Millie's house. And the second part is, there was a lot more EVPs that came up. Plus, even in that little spoiler I seen her on the SLS, it looks like. And it was more than just the time I showed it on the spoiler. There were more times where I captured what looked like someone on the SLS at the house. So part 2 is going to be pretty good. A lot of good evidence then. All right. Well, I hope everybody has a good night, and thank you. Thank you for coming to the stream tonight. And there's an update about what I'm going to be doing. And Millie 2 should be coming out soon. Well, good night, everyone.